Today we're going to take a look at sum of squares. We're going to look at total sum of squares, within sum of squares, and between sum of squares. In this example, I'm going to use these variables as for my examples to express sum of squares for you. I just have them labeled 1, 2, 3. These could be categorical variables, and some numbers, some simple numbers to sort of describe them as. So the first thing that you need to do is figure out the means. You're going to need the total means and the means within each group. You can do this separately, or you can do it all together. And what you find is the mean of 1 is 2. The mean of the second one is 4. And the mean of the third group is 6. You also need the total mean. Now the total mean can be calculated a couple different ways. You can add up all these just like normal and take the average, or you can just add up the means of the means, because that's what it is, the means of the means, or the grand mean you could also call it. So the grand mean for this is 4. 4 plus 2 plus 6, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now that we have that, we can get into the actual formula. So the first one to calculate is the sum of squares for the total, or the SST. So the formula for that is the sum of x minus the mean of the total, and that is squared. So, first thing we need to do is set up our formula. And we are going to basically do like we did with standard deviation or anything like that. We're just plugging in our numbers at this point. Now, we need to plug in every single one of these numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all these. We need to plug into this formula. Now, of course, the mean of the total is always going to be 4, so you're just going to take each of these numbers and plug them in. So we're going to have 1 minus 4 squared plus 2 minus 4 squared plus 3 minus 4 squared. And you can go on this row, but I'm going to separate these just for the sake of visualizing this. The second one's going to work the similar way, though. Be 3 minus 4 squared plus 4 minus 4 squared plus 5 minus 4 squared, and so on for the third one. 6 minus 4 plus 7 minus 4. So now we have all these numbers here expressed in this formula right here. And now we're just going to add them together and see what we get. 1 minus 4 would be negative 3. 2 minus 4, negative 2. And 3 minus 4, negative 1. And then we'll square these. So we have 9, 4, and 1. 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 1 is 14 for that first row. So we could just put that here. And for the second row, we basically have 1, 0, and 1. 1 squared, 1 squared is just 1. So really all we have here is 2. And then we'll look at the next one. We have 1, 2, and 3. So again, on this one we have 1 squared, I'm sorry, it would just be 1, 4, and 9. So again, we have 14. And we just take the total sum there. 14 plus 14 is 28, plus 2 is 30. And that is our total sum of squares. So basically we just plugged in all of these numbers into this formula, summed them, and came up with this number right here.